Okay, I'm on my way to work, and I'm going to ask Jeremy. Jeremy, why do I keep saying that, man?
I don't know.
Anyway, a few questions about the employment situation here in Michigan. Now, out here on the island, there's really not a lot of opportunities, right? I mean,
no.
There's none.
Unless you own your own business, you ain't gonna get a job out here.
Jeremy here is Jeremy. We'll call you Jeremy today because we don't want to use your real name anyway. And he's a Islander. Now, but did you seek jobs on the mainland? I mean, did you go on employment agencies and put in resumes or do anything online like that?
I have, but there's nothing around
close
here.
Enough.
Yeah, close enough.
Because you're I'm logistically limited. That's what I call myself. Because look at this car, it breaks down too much. I got to get another car. But if I really want to go any further to work, but you're sort of logistically limited because your car isn't running on the road. So it even compounds the problems. Now, did you collect unemployment for the entire winter?
Yes, I did.
Right up to now, until the time Now, were there extensions, or that was just the regular time?
No, it's just the regular time, 20 weeks.
20 weeks?
John owes like $5,000 to the unemployment agency because he forgot to go to the meeting.
So he has to pay it back?
I'm not sure what he's going to do. He told me that the other day.
He's funny.
He's like, I forgot to go to the meeting, and now they're saying I owe $5,000.
No, he didn't cancel his unemployment when he was working, and he was getting 2 checks at once. They ain't no fucking thing about going to no meeting. They were sending him checks, and he didn't tell them that he was working. When you call them, they ask you, "Are you working?" They question. You either answer it or you don't. Yes, I'm working, and they'll say, "Well, when do you start working?" And they pay you up to that date. Well, apparently, he didn't tell him he wasn't working. He was working. He was still collecting checks. That's the only way you can do that. We had another guy do that. There was a guy. That's funny, man.
Yeah, I actually, this would be my last week for unemployment, actually.
Well, good. Then it worked out. Then how about all the other girls too? That they kind of work out the same way.
You know who? Their unemployment runs out before me. Theirs ran out before me.
Oh, so they work less because they're gone before us. I mean, before you guys, they leave. They're gone, right? And then
Pretty much.
So nobody got a job off, regular job. Everybody's coming back. Just about that I heard. And I didn't see any of these houses have been for sale for like a year now out here, and none of them have sold. John's trying to be optimistic. I don't know. I see the glass is half empty, but he's trying to do that real estate thing. And I told him, well, it's the lowest mortgage application to be processed in 25 years last month, lowest in 25 years, and that means nobody's applying for mortgages. Yeah, and they're going to subprime people. You know what subprime is? That means people that don't have credit, and they're letting them have these flexible payments again, these only interest payments and shit like they did before. And then people, when they want the real payment for the house, it's like fucking 5 or 6 times as much as they've been paying, and then they just fucking walk away from it.
Like a car mortgage.
All right, man. Well, that's the now. Did you hear about Fukushima? You know anything about Fukushima at all?
Yes.
What do you know?
It was a nuclear power plant in Japan. And it exploded.
What year was that? You remember what year?
Wasn't it last year?
2011. March. This was the 4th year anniversary, as a matter of fact, here in March, right?
And then there's a big tidal wave afterwards, and then it pretty much destroyed everything, and it's under quarantine now. It's kind of like, what's that one?
Chernobyl? Island?
Chernobyl. I love Chernobyl.
Now, did you know that that like 2 days ago, the mainstream media, this is like, the New York Times, San Francisco Examiner, and the Seattle Times and all that, and the Anchorage, and a lot of BC papers, major ones, printed the story that radiation was found on the West Coast. They've been thinking it's been there for a long time because all the kelp and all the starfish are dying. You hear about that? And these scientists were off the coast of California, and they were, they just dive under there to examine the sea life, and they said their body parts are falling off. And they're saying it's some kind of wasting disease. They're not blaming radiation or anything, but they officially found man-made radiation. That's the radiation it's a result of the process of burning off the uranium, become plutonium, celsium, and those isotopes, different isotopes. And they found it man-made off the coast, the west coast. They have documented it now. They found it. And it stretches all the way down to Baja California, from up in BC and Alaska and all the way down to California, and probably further south. Fuck, we don't know. We're not sure anything down there.
Who knows how long this world's
But
gonna last.
you know that the starfish disease, you heard about that? The starfish are just like turning to mush. It's been going on for a couple of years now.
I've heard rumors about it, but
It was in a what was the name of the magazine?
apparently they got the approval in Canada to bury their waste there.
Up here by this one across the lake here, Lake Huron. Yeah, they fuckers. Yeah, they got it. I knew they would. In fact, it's not even a mile away from the lake.
Nope. If there's ever a leak or anything like that, we're fucked.
Oh, there's never been a site that's ever been built that has not leaked ever in the history of man. And all the nuclear sites we've built, they've all leaked at one time or another. Every single one.
Metal rusts.
All right, that was a good interview. This is Duck out.